Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The 2025 Honda CB400 is finally here, and it brings with it a perfect balance of retro charm, modern engineering, and that timeless Honda reliability that has made the CB series a legend for decades. In this video, we're going to dive deep into everything you need to know about this bike, the key features, the performance, the design elements, and of course the price. By the end of this review, you'll know whether the new CB400 is just another nostalgic throwback, or if it's genuinely one of the most practical and exciting middleweight motorcycles you can buy right now. Let's start with the idea behind the CB400. Honda has always treated this bike as a stepping stone between entry-level machines and larger capacity motorcycles. It's never been just about raw power, it's about balance. The CB400 is designed for everyday usability, comfortable commuting, weekend rides, and even a touch of sport performance when you want it. For 2025, Honda has updated the bike to meet modern emission standards, added new electronics, and given it some fresh styling touches, all while keeping the soul of the classic CB intact. Powering the CB400 is a 399 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled, parallel twin engine that's tuned for smoothness and efficiency. Honda is quoting around 47 horsepower at 9,000 RPM and 38 Nm of torque at about 7,500 RPM. On paper, those numbers might not sound groundbreaking, but when you put them into real-world context, they make perfect sense. The engine is responsive, linear, and forgiving, which means you can ride it with confidence whether you're a newer rider or someone with years of experience. What Honda has nailed here is the accessibility. You don't need to wrestle with the throttle. You don't need to fear unexpected surges of power. The CB400 delivers everything in a controlled and friendly manner. The gearbox is a 6-speed unit with Honda's signature smooth shifting action. Many owners of Honda middleweights will tell you the gearboxes feel like butter, and the CB400 is no exception. For 2025, Honda has also added a slip-and assist clutch, which reduces lever effort and prevents wheel hop during aggressive downshifts. That's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in daily riding, especially if you're navigating city traffic or going for spirited rides through twisty roads. One of the biggest strengths of the CB400 has always been its balance between performance and comfort. At just around 192 kilograms wet, the bike feels incredibly light and nimble. Add in a seat height of 790 millimeters, and you've got a machine that's welcoming to a wide range of riders, including those who might be intimidated by taller or heavier bikes. The riding posture is upright, the handlebars are at a natural reach, and the foot pegs are placed in a way that doesn't strain your legs on longer rides. It's a motorcycle you can ride for hours without discomfort, and that's exactly the kind of versatility Honda is going for. Suspension-wise, Honda has fitted 41mm Showa SFFBP upside-down forks at the front and twin shocks at the rear. The suspension setup is tuned more toward comfort than outright sportiness, but it still holds its own when you lean the bike into a corner. On smooth roads, it feels planted and stable, while on rougher surfaces, it absorbs bumps without punishing the rider. If you're expecting track-ready sharpness, this isn't the bike for that, but if you want a machine that's forgiving, adaptable, and confidence-inspiring, the CB400 nails the brief. Braking performance is handled by dual 296mm front discs with Nissan calipers and a single 240mm disc at the rear, all paired with a dual-channel ABS system. Braking feel is progressive, with plenty of stopping power for a bike of this weight and class. Honda has always been conservative but precise with their braking setups, and the CB400 is no different. The ABS kicks in smoothly without being intrusive, which is great for both new riders and those who ride in variable conditions. Let's talk about technology, because that's where Honda has really pushed the CB400 into 2025. The bike now comes with ride-by-wire, which enables selectable riding modes. You get 3 presets: Standard, Sport, and Rain, plus a customizable mode where you can adjust power delivery and traction control levels. This is a big step forward compared to previous generations, where you essentially had a straightforward throttle and nothing else. Now, you can fine-tune the bike to your riding conditions and preferences. Traction control is included, and while you might not always feel it working on a bike of this power, it's reassuring to have it when you hit wet roads or loose surfaces. There's also an updated LCD TFT display, which replaces the old analog digital hybrid. The new display is clear, full color, and provides all the information you need at a glance. speed, revs, gear position, fuel level, trip meters, and even smartphone connectivity for turn-by-turn navigation and notifications through the Honda RoadSync app. One of the things Honda understands better than most manufacturers is the importance of aesthetics. The CB400 looks every bit like a modern retro roadster. It takes clear inspiration from the classic CB750 and the older CB400 Super 4 models but refines the design with sharper lines, LED lighting, and premium finishing touches. You've got a round LED headlamp at the front, teardrop-shaped tank with smooth curves, and a minimalist rear section that keeps the silhouette clean. The bike looks retro without being old-fashioned, which is a tough balance to achieve. Color options for 2025 include a deep metallic red, a matte black, and a classic Honda pearl white with blue and red accents that harks back to the brand's racing heritage. Each finish looks premium, and the level of fit and finish is exactly what you'd expect from Honda: tight panel gaps, robust paintwork, and hardware that feels built to last. Now let's discuss the riding experience. On city streets, the CB400 is a joy. The lightweight and smooth throttle response make it easy to maneuver through traffic, the mirrors are positioned well enough to give you good visibility, and the clutch action is light enough to prevent fatigue even in stop-and-go situations. On highways, the bike will cruise comfortably at 100 to 120 km per hour, with enough reserve power to overtake when needed. It's not a high-speed machine, but it's competent enough for longer commutes and short touring trips. Take it onto twisty backroads, and the CB400 really shines. The chassis is well balanced, the suspension holds up nicely, and the predictable engine response means you can focus on your lines without worrying about surprises. This isn't a machine that's going to throw you around or demand razor-sharp inputs. Instead, it rewards smooth, confident riding. It's the kind of bike that makes you feel like a better rider than you actually are. Fuel economy is another highlight. Honda claims around 28 km per liter, which means with its 17-liter fuel tank, you can expect a range of nearly 450 km on a single fill-up under normal riding conditions. That makes the CB400 an excellent choice for riders who value efficiency and don't want to be constantly stopping at fuel stations. Now, let's talk price, because this is where things get really interesting. The 2025 Honda CB400 is expected to retail around $6,500 to $7,000 in most markets. For what you're getting, a bike with Honda's legendary reliability, modern tech, timeless looks, and versatile performance, that's a very competitive price point. It undercuts some European rivals while offering a more premium feel than some of the budget-focused alternatives. What makes the CB400 stand out is its universal appeal. New riders will appreciate the forgiving engine and manageable ergonomics. Experienced riders will value the everyday usability and Honda build quality. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2025 Honda CB400. What do you think about Honda's latest middleweight roadster? Is this the perfect balance of retro charm and modern performance, or do you think Honda could have pushed the envelope further? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this review and want more in-depth looks at upcoming motorcycles, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.